covert actions. Ukraine allegedly strikes Russian tanker. Once cloaked in the shroud of night, a whisper of covert operations on the high seas reached the shores. The source, an untraceable voice from Ukraine's security services, suggested that the shadowy hands of the Ukrainian Navy and its security services had been at play. They alleged orchestrating an audacious drone strike against a Russian oil tanker, the SIG, in the treacherous waters near the disputed peninsula of Crimea. The SIG, a behemoth of the Russian Federation's fleet and a vessel under American sanctions for its alleged role in fueling the controversial Russian war machine in Syria, met its fiery fate in the Kerch Strait. The anonymous source recounted with a certain dark humor how the fireworks from the heavily laden tanker could be observed from a considerable distance. Meanwhile, Russian authorities acknowledged the sudden assault on the SIG, confirming the incident occurred just south of the Kerch Strait. While the news of the audacious strike stirred waves internationally, the official Russian news agency reassured that the attack left no casualties. The brutal struggle for Bakhmut. In the farthest reaches of eastern Ukraine, the city of Bakhmut transforms into a theatre of relentless warfare. Hanna Maliar, Ukraine's deputy defense minister, breaks the silence on national television, speaking of a fierce battle raging. Amidst the storm of conflict, Ukrainian forces are persisting in their resolve, advancing southwards and consolidating their control over strategic points in the north. Like a chess game of immense proportions, Russia and Ukraine move their pieces across the board. Russia's retaliatory efforts manifest in aerial bombardments and artillery strikes on Klishchiivka, a key village just south of Bakhmut. However, the Ukrainians continue their struggle, fueled by the memory of Bakhmut, a land once theirs, taken by the Russians after a relentless series of battles in May. Maliar's words on a messaging app reveal the sheer desperation of the situation. Ukraine's forces are locked in a battle against time and tide, attempting to quell escalating Russian assaults in northern Donetsk, particularly around Kupiansk and Lyman, as drone attack rattles. No evidence of mines on Zaporozhye nuclear plant roofs, says nuclear watchdog chief. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) has found no evidence of mines or explosives on the rooftops of reactor Zaya nuclear power plant agency, contrary to speculations sparked by satellite images of the facility. The plant has been under Russian occupation since the early stages of the invasion. Ukrainian staff, who primarily operate the plant, were initially forced to work under duress from the invading Russian troops. Following the Russians' takeover, the Ukrainian workers shut down the remaining units of the plant, with one already offline for maintenance. The IAEA was granted unimpeded access to the plant on Thursday and found no mines or explosives on the roofs of the reactor buildings and the turbine holes. However, Director General Rafael Grossi reminded all parties of the ongoing nuclear safety and security risks facing the facility.